Everyone tells you that making millions will solve your problems. That's a lie. I made 50 million and wanted to end it all. In this video, I will share the brutal truth about success that will save you years of pain. There is a specific trap that catches about 90% of high achievers, and I fell right into it. What I'm about to share will shock you about the hidden costs of success that nobody talks about. By the end of this video, you understand why chasing the wrong dream nearly cost me everything that actually mattered, and how you can avoid the same trap. I'm Karl Jacobi, and I've helped my clients break through the same invisible barrier. One of my clients, will call him Marcus. He was stuck at $500K in his agency for 3 years. After we identified what was really holding him back, he hit $2 million in 18 months. Another client, he went from I'm not good enough to building a thriving business under a year. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could be the difference between building wealth and destroying your soul. You see, here's what shocked me the most, and it wasn't the money that nearly destroyed me. It was what I was chasing underneath the money. And if you're grinding 60 plus hours a week, feeling like you're working harder than everyone else, but still not satisfied, you're probably caught in the same trap I was. A few years ago, I was sitting with my CPA and a couple of my mentors, and we were going through my businesses, past and present, multiple 6-figure, 7-figure, and even 8-figure companies. We started to tally it all up, nearly 50 million total revenue created. On paper, it looked incredible. Beautiful home on a massive property, pool that could fit a small yacht, cars, everything I thought success looked like. My wife, who grew up in poverty in Mexico, finally had the lifestyle she deserved. But here's the thing that nobody tells you about success. I was miserable. Absolutely miserable. I was in a hospital with heart problems in my 30s. Think about that. Combat veteran. I used to be in incredible shape, and now I'm having heart issues because of stress. I wasn't sleeping. I couldn't think clearly. Now you might be thinking, Karl, that sounds like a pretty good problem to have. But here's the problem. This is what I help my clients understand too. There's a difference being between successful and being fulfilled. And that difference nearly cost me everything. The wake-up call came from the most unexpected place. I'm having a conversation with my daughter. At the time, she was 16. And like any proud father, I'm talking about entrepreneurship, about why I grind so hard. I tell her, sweetheart, I do all of this so you guys can have the lifestyle that I never had, that your mom never had. How does this make you feel? Having this beautiful home, being able to do swim camps, dance recitals, all of this. And her response hit me like a freight train. Dad, I feel abandoned. I felt abandoned. That was not the response I was prepared for. Here I am thinking, being this amazing provider, this incredible father, giving my kids everything I never had. And my own daughter says she feels abandoned. That moment changed everything. Because I realized I wasn't just grinding for my family. I was grinding to prove something to someone who would never hear it. And maybe you're doing the same thing right now without even realizing it. See, here's what I discovered about myself and what I see in almost every client I work with. I wasn't building businesses to create freedom or impact. I was building them to prove my mother wrong. My parents divorced when I was 5. I bounced around more schools than I can count. My mother, God rest her soul, spent years telling me I never amount to anything. Karl, you will not be successful. It's just not in our blood. So every late night, every missed swim meet, every moment, I chose work over family. I was trying to prove her wrong. I was grinding to hear 3 words I never got to hear. I'm proud of you. I see you. I love you. But here's the brutal truth. She passed away before we ever reconciled. I never got those words. And I realized I was chasing validation from someone who couldn't give it, while ignoring the people who already love me. This is what I call the validation trap, and it's destroying high achievers everywhere. Let me tell you about an amazing client we'll call Marcus. A successful agency owner making good money, but he kept hitting the same ceiling. Every time he got close to 500K, something would sabotage his progress. Sound familiar? When we dug deeper, we discovered he was carrying shame from childhood abuse. That shame installed an invisible thermostat on how high he could go. He didn't feel worthy of massive success. Once we identified this barrier and worked through it, everything changed. He stopped grinding to prove his worth and started building to create impact. Result? He went from being stuck at 500K to 2 million in 18 months. But here's what's crazy. Marcus had all the business skills. He knew marketing, sales, operations. But what he didn't have was the inner work done. And that's the missing piece for most entrepreneurs. Psychologist Rebecca Burgeon says the emotional availability and attachment style we develop with our parents sets the tone for how we act with spouses, bosses, friends, you name it. This is why I created what I call the Hero Code, a framework that addresses 4 critical areas of your life simultaneously. H for health, because if you don't have your health, nothing else matters. I learned this the hard way with heart problems in my 30s. E stands for enterprise, your business, your career, but with purpose, not just profit. R for relationships, the people who actually matter, not just networking contacts. O stands for orientation, your spiritual alignment, your why, your true north. Most entrepreneurs focus only on enterprise and neglect the other 3. That's the trap. That's why you can make millions and still feel empty and unfulfilled. Ryan, another client of mine, he was stuck in this exact pattern. He felt disqualified because of his past mistakes. We worked through his limiting beliefs using this framework. And now he's just not successful in business. He's fulfilled. He even went on a mission trip, something he never thought he was worthy enough to do. The truth is, you already have greatness inside you. I didn't put greatness in Marcus or Ryan. I just helped him remove what was blocking it. And that's what most people need. Here's the reframe that changed my life. Instead of trying to make my mother proud, I realized I needed to make the mirror proud. The person I see when I look in a mirror, that's who I need to prove myself to. Now, instead of grinding to fill a void, I work with purpose. Instead of missing my kids' events, I'm present. Instead of sacrificing my health for wealth, I optimize both. In my relationship with my daughter, she doesn't feel abandoned anymore because I learned to be where my feet are. Look, if you're watching this and you're successful or trying to become successful but feeling empty, you're not broken, or you're not able to reach your potential, you're not alone. I've worked with CEOs, entrepreneurs, high achievers who all felt the same way. The difference between those who break through and those who burn out isn't talent or luck. It's identifying what's really driving you and making sure it's aligned with who you want to become. If you're ready to break free from the validation trap and build success that actually fulfills you, because here's the truth, You can have both success and fulfillment. You can make the money and keep your soul. You just need to know how to avoid the trap that catches 90% of the high achievers. Don't wait until your daughter tells you she feels abandoned. Don't wait until you're in a hospital with stress-related health problems. The time to make this shift is now. I'm in your corner, and I'll see you in the next video.